Good morning, Felicia.
Morning, Jeff.
Where in the world are we?
We're finally at the beach on our 8th day of vacation. We're finally taking the morning to just get ourselves in the ocean and be fun with nature, right?
Yeah, we scoped out quite a few of the beaches around here, and probably later on in this video we'll talk a little bit more about what we think are the best ones or the best times to come and all that. But I think right now we're just gonna go hop in the water and enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Let's go. All right, well, we never really got a chance to conclude the video of our beach day in Cancun.
Right.
But let's start with, what did you think of the beach we finally chose to visit?
Yeah, so like geographically and like landscape wise, it's probably one of the nicest beaches I've ever been to. So like
Yeah.
there's a lot of white sand that leads into, some crystal blue water, that's characteristic of that area. There's a wave breakwater, those kind of things. There are like little lagoons that along the way that have little fish in them, and
Right.
all kinds of little neat things like that. So like as far as that was concerned, I really really liked the beach a lot.
Yeah, and we had questioned when we first visited whether or not they like ship in sand or something like that. But I don't know for sure, but I think I decided that's just the natural,
Yeah.
beautiful sand that they
Well, and the
have.
cool thing about that area of the world too is all that sand comes from broken down coral, which means it's really, really fine, really white, and it doesn't heat up in the sun. So
Right.
it gets like it's cool all the time. So even when you're walking, in your bare feet along the beach, even if it's a 90-degree day, the sand is not hot. So you can really kind of enjoy yourself in that respect.
Yeah, and I should mention the beach that we finally ended up visiting, I believe the Spanish name of it is Playa Gaviota Azul, which I believe is Blue Seagull. It is like the iconic beach there for Cancun in the beach zone. It's right on the corner of the hotel zone. It's where everybody goes. So like I think there's a reason everybody goes there. It's a beautiful beach. But what are some of the drawbacks of that actual beach?
So it's kind of crowded. We went first thing in the morning, so it wasn't too bad. But
Yep.
as we were starting to pack up and leave, it was starting to get really crowded. And it's right behind Coco Bongo and Mandalay Beach Clubs and those
Right.
kind of things. So around 11 o'clock or noon, it gets
Yep.
really loud because the DJs start playing and the beach parties start happening and those kind of things. So if you're there before noon, you kind of can avoid some of the really
Yep.
crowded crowds, and you can avoid some of that noise and just kind of enjoy, the beach sounds and those sorts of things.
Right. And the part where you saw where we were jumping in the water and whatnot is a little bit further away from where the clubs are. So it is, even when the music starts playing, it's a little bit further away. But, hey, maybe the clubs are your thing. You can have a drink there on the beach. It is a very beautiful spot. We did visit a number of other beaches throughout our week there, just to walk along, not to actually go swimming before we settled on where we wanted to go. After we get done talking here, I'll throw up a little bit more video. Some of it you might have seen previously in our other videos, some of it I haven't shown before, but just some other beaches that we decided to visit while
Smaller
there.
beaches,
Yeah.
not as crowded, but not as deep sand. Some of them are cordoned off by like a buoy because of the ships coming in.
Right.
So there's only, 30 or 40 feet of water after you get off the beach, but still really nice.
Yeah, and some of those beaches that are a little bit further out from the main hotel zone, that's where some of the more locals go because, they don't want to be around all the tourists all the time. We did visit a beach without, again, going swimming out on Isla Mujeres, which the beach seemed nice enough, but really small just because there are so many boats encroaching on it.
Yes,
There were some beaches on the other side of the island, but the day we were out there, it was like super windy and they were closed. You weren't allowed to go swimming that day. I was actually surprised the day in this video here, it was super windy.
It was.
So we had some pretty,
And the waves were high.
yeah, which was kind of fun to jump in and whatnot, but I think that also might have contributed to not being as many people out there at the beach. So basically, if you're looking for a nice quiet beach, go early in the morning. It wasn't that crowded at all when we got there early in the
We were
morning.
there at like 10 or something. It wasn't even like daylight, break of dawn early, but like well before noon that we were there.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like, how do you go to Cancun without visiting the beach?
Right.
You got to go. We're not huge beach people, but we enjoyed our day there. The water was very warm. It's clear. The beaches were beautiful.
Right.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it and had a good time. So don't forget to like this particular video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. Please, we're slowly climbing up there in numbers, and you can ring that notification bell and it'll tell you all about new videos that we have coming out here in the near future.
Thanks for watching.
Yep.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.